we go. I'm going to try to position this so I can still see the screen. There you go. All right, welcome everybody. We are live on this Friday night. What day is it? March 29th, 2024. It's 9:03 p.m. Anyway, so this is just a Friday open chat. This is what we always do on Friday. I usually will just play the Bible trivia, and if people comes in. But either way, you can play by yourself. I think it's kind of cray-cray. It's going into oblivion. So, you can play on your own or not play on your own. This is just an open chat. We're not studying anything tonight. Friday is a night to relax and just play Bible trivia. Although every night is a night to relax, now that I think of it. Yeah. Every night's a night to relax. But tonight is relaxing and playing Bible trivia. How about that? You get a deuce. A double. Alright. I'm going to get my jacket off because it's not really that cold in here. It's kind of actually warm. I kind of cranked the heat up because I'm just tired of it. We're going into the 40s, 50s, 60s. 60s within a week, so. Time to crank that heat up. I got plenty. I run off of a 500-gallon propane tank. And I'm doing really good on it, actually. I'm very efficient with that. This house really doesn't use a lot of heat. So, and of course, the careful I am, the more I save, like anybody. But I love once I can shut the furnace off for the season. That's what I like. When you can shut her down for this season, which is soon. Hopefully this week. Because that thing costs money to run. Some people spend $400 or $500 a month. That's what I used to spend when I had a regular house down in the city with actually natural gas from the city. It was expensive. A 2-story house with leaky windows. Although when I had a new roof on, I'm gonna tell you, putting a new roof on really does save on the heat. I didn't think it would, but it did. It made a difference. But still, most people are spending hundreds, $300-400 at least a month on in the winter here. So I'm thankful and grateful I don't have to spend all that much like I used to. But nonetheless, I'm still careful. Still careful with it. The way I always think, my shoulders hurt. The way I always figure is whatever money I can spend or save in one way, I can spend somewhere else. There you go. It looks like it's going right into a tunnel. Actually, that looks like the tunnel down in I-94 in St. Paul, going into the tunnels. We've got tunnels that the interstate drives through in St. Paul. There's one direction, there's 2 tunnels, and then coming back, there's only 1 tunnel. Kind of weird. Anybody from St. Paul to Minneapolis knows that, if you've been there. Yep, and tunnels are dangerous. They can get really slippery. There's accidents in there, and trucks carrying hazardous stuff are instructed to go around the tunnel, so they have to get off on a different exit and go around it. You won't want to be in there when there's a explosion or something. All right, I'm getting up my Bible trivia here. There it is. All right, this is what we're going to be playing tonight. It's from 66 Bible Summary Series. You know what I was thinking? It was kind of weird how there's 60 seconds in an hour I mean, 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. Like, how did they come up with that? Weird, huh? 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. Huh. Anyway, weird how that worked out. All right. We got some... We got some categories tonight I'm going to read off. How about that? I think that's better. All right, so we got categories up tonight. This is the first game that pulled up. I didn't really think too much of it. If I don't like it, I'll switch to a new game. But let's see what this one says. All right. These are the categories for tonight. If we choose to take this game, it is Exodus and Wilderness Wandering, which is it's usually the book of Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, maybe a little Leviticus, I don't know, but usually it's the book of Exodus. Then you got geography of the Old Testament, Joshua, the Promised Land, teachings of Jesus, parables of the Messiah, and there's so many parables. Word meanings, figure of speech, Old Testament, New Testament, and objects. I don't know what objects would be. Objects. Anyway. Now, the last couple weeks, I didn't like the category, so I picked a new game, and I didn't like that category, and I picked another new game, and it just got worse and worse. So, I'm not a fan of all of these, but I'm just going to probably stay with this first round here, and because it just seems like every time I pick a new game, the categories get worse, so I'm just going to stick with the one that came up. Why is that? Okay. Trying to figure this out. All right. So, let me see. Exodus and Wilderness Wandering? Maybe. Geography of Old Testament? Nah. Joshua, the Promised Land? Nah, maybe. Teachings of the parables, Jesus? I don't know. Word meanings, figures of speech? I don't know, that's weird. Objects, I don't know, objects. Objects. That's weird, objects. Bible objects? Oh, you know what? Let me just make sure this thing's running. Okay. 7 minutes. Okay. Looks like we're up and right. Well, it looks black on here. It's not, it's blue. Does it look black? That's weird. Oh my gosh, scared the crap out of me, cat. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me. Alright, cat, go ahead. You can come up. She's trying to... her usual path up here is blocked, so she went a different way and scared the crap out of me. Here you go, cat. Get up there. Do something. Hang out. That's okay. You can do that. Alright. Alright, look at this thing warping out like that. Looks like we're gonna go through a masher or something. Under a steamroller or something. Alright, but wait here. That's right. Because it's supposed to be over here. Alright, so what do we want? Wilderness and... Well, maybe Exodus and Wilderness Wandering. I don't know. I'm thinking more... I don't know what this objects is, so I think I'm just out of curiosity. I think I'm going to go into the object, so... here. Oh, yeah. That's the kitty. That's the kitty. Yeah. Alright. She's okay. Alright, oh, you can't probably see her. She is the kitty. Well, hey, Celine, good morning to you. Welcome and good morning. I hope you had a wonderful morning, or having a wonderful morning. Good morning. Hope all is well with you and your family. I hope everyone is safe and happy. You're good? Awesome. So how's that trip to the United States coming? Are you still going to come here? I think you were thinking of coming here and studying or something like that. Uh, anyway, I hope you and your family are safe and well. You have a question? Yes, you can ask. Ask away. Ask the question. And my dog, glump, glump, glump behind me here. Making some noise. Yeah, go ahead, Salim. You can go ahead and ask the question. I have. You've been admitted to Bethel School Supernatural Ministry. Yes, I think I know about those people. Yes. But they don't accept international students. Really? How come? Why wouldn't they? Come on, cat. Why wouldn't they accept international students? Really strange. Isn't that is it the Bethel? Where'd you say it was, Pennsylvania or where? Bethel School Supernatural Ministry. Should we look it up? Hold on a second, Slim. Let's look this up. Bethel School Supernatural Ministry. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Come on, cat. You're making it really hard. Cat's right in the way. All right. Oh, there it is. Oh, in Redding, California. Yeah. Yeah. Redding, California. California is a really expensive place to live. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. You really don't. In my opinion, I've learned pretty much everything I know from sitting right here at my desk studying the Bible and studying scholars. I need Bible school or Bible seminary who actually accept international students. Anyone know about this? Well, is the I don't know about that, Salim. Is it because of the financing or is it? That's weird because I have worked, when I was working in a doctor's office, I was working in family practice. One of the first jobs I had, I was working with a woman. Her name was Nimi, Nimi. She was from India. And Nimi was working in the lab with me, in microscopes and stuff like that. And she was a doctor in her country, but she came here with her husband because you're here. The husband was getting an education, and then they were going to go back to India. So in the meantime, they didn't recognize her doctor status here in the United States. So she was just working in the lab with me. And but so I know for a fact there's some places that her husband was probably going to the University of Minnesota. And I don't know if they have Bibles. But maybe they do. I don't know. But so I know there are some schools that take foreign people because international students because I worked with one of them, who her husband was here. One man is helping me. He has given me all the costs. Oh, really? He's my sponsor. He lives in North Carolina. Well, that's really nice, Salim. Well, I don't know. You would just have to Google it. Schools in United States that accept international students. Just Google it. You know. Because, yeah, I don't know about this Bethel thing anyway. They're not, I don't know. If it's the same Bethel that, there is a Bethel church that has a very bad reputation, actually. You're welcome. I'm glad you got some financing there, Salim. I'm glad you did. Let's see. So, wait a minute. All right, we'll just Google it for you just to see. All right, what was that image there? International students. 1 out of 3 are international students in these places here. Yeah, there's a lot of places that take international students. Top 10 international students in schools in the United States, right here. Yeah, just look this up. Top 10 international schools in the United States. International. Just look up international schools. Seems to be the thing. 1 out of 3 international students in California, New York, and Texas. So, yeah, you just picked the wrong one. That's all. And, I would probably stay away from that Bethel anyway there. If it's the same one, I think those are the grave soakers and the ones that, anyway, very... not good. Anyway, good for you, Salim. All right. So, I'm back over here at the game. A little closer here. So I can reach. There you go. Excuse me. Got my cat here. She's ready to go. Are you ready for the Bible trivia too? She says, not really. She's not into Bible trivia, she said. She just likes watching. Okay. That's all right. So you can watch. All right. So we're going to start with objects. I don't know what that is. I'm a little curious. We're going to find out what objects are. What are objects? BSM, I admitted before. They didn't accept me. Excuse me. Well, keep trying. God will put you where you're supposed to be. Good. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Andrew. Salim. I wish you well. Hope you find what you're looking for. I hope everybody finds what they're looking for in life. You know what I mean? Hope everybody finds your happiness, whatever it is. As long as you do what's best for you and everyone around you, for the good of everyone around you and you yourself. As long as it betters you and everyone around you. That's what it's all about. All right, objects for 200. And that's really any religion you want. I believe anybody, you can study any religion you want, really. As long as you're It's always for the good of you and others, and as long as it isn't something crazy. What are you doing? All right, so here we are. First category, first question. For 200 points, Alex. Which of these did David say should be used to praise the Lord? Psaltery, organs, cymbals, all the above. Actually, I think it's all the above. These are musical instruments. All the, and more, even more. All right, that is correct. Ding, 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 correct. Now, that was an easy one because especially if you've ever read the book of Daniel, you'll never forget they name off all the instruments that they're going to play when you have to bow down to the statue or whatever. And there's other places too where they name all the instruments and stuff, and then David assigns a few of those to God. You know, David actually hires a full-time, round-the-clock, full-time musicians for God. Or was it? Or was it for him? Imagine have a band playing 24/7. Paid for by the people. All right, objects for 400. There you go, objects. Objects is kind of weird. Actually, it's a weird category. I don't know if they just started or what. I don't remember this category. What did Japheth promise to sacrifice to God if he allowed him to defeat the Amorites in battle? This is a sad story. A sick story. This is a terrible story. Let's just be honest. I'll tell you what Japheth did. And by the way, this is why people say, well, God doesn't do human sacrifice. Okay, he human sacrificed his own son, A. And B, God accepted this human sacrifice right here. The first thing to greet him when he went home. That's right. And what was it? His own daughter. And the daughter came out the door and oops, we gotta kill her. We're gonna sacrifice my daughter to God. Because why? Because he helped us defeat the Amorites in battle. So that's what Japheth promised. He said, and you know what? And people say, well, God didn't like it. Then God should have put his foot down. When Japheth promised to, because this is how it went. He didn't, I'll just tell you, this is the answer right here. He didn't sacrifice, he didn't offer silver and gold. He should have. He should have offered his crops or his best sheep, but he didn't. Japheth offered up, he said, God, if you let us defeat the Amorites, I will offer up the first thing to greet me when I get home. And the first thing to greet him was his daughter. So what does Japheth do? He gives the daughter a little time to go out in the wilderness and go grieve the fact that you're never going to have sex with the man, basically is what it was. That you'll never know a man. And then come back and then we'll kill you. And she did. She went out and then she grieved and she came back and they killed her. Now God should put his foot down and said, whoa there, Japheth. We don't do human sacrifice here. But he did not. Anyway, this is the answer. Spoiler alert. He didn't say that. He allowed Japheth to sacrifice his daughter, human sacrifice, because they won the battle to the Amorites. That is a sick story. Don't like it. And these are the kind of stories like, really? Did these need... They could have, all these stories, they certainly could have put in a lot more useful information. Like, I don't know, a bunch of normal everyday stuff. Not all about, like, molesting, killing your children, molesting them, incest, rape, slavery. Could have put that all on one page and just said, you know what? It's all bad. All right, objects for 600. It is weird that question was in the objects category. Which object? It wasn't an object, it was its daughter. He did. And he did. He killed her. Gave her a little bit of time to go out and mourn the fact you're never gonna, a man will never purchase you. And then come back and we'll kill you. And she did. She came back and they killed her. Like, God should have just put that fire out or whatever. I don't know how he killed her. Anyway. And you know, they never said like, oh, that was so wrong. No, they didn't. Question for 600 points. What happened to the vine that God provided to shade Jonah? The sun scorched it, worm ate it, wind blew it away, rain washed it away. Well, this is also an easy one. What happened is, see, Jonah, he didn't like those people having their town saved, so he sat underneath a tree, and because God has a sense of humor, he had a worm eat the vine, and a big gourd dropped on Jonah's head. The end. I can't. They're all weird stories. Actually, they're all weird. But that is a weird story, too. Yes, ding, 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 correct. A worm ate it. Yeah. So Jonah sits under the shade just hoping that this city's going to get destroyed because he hates them. And God has the worm eat the vine, and the gourd drops and hits Jonah on the head. And then that's kind of like the end of the story. Not much. I think that was about the end. You know, you ever see a movie and you think, well, that's a weird ending. Yeah, it was a weird ending. That's for darn sure. All right, objects for 800, Alex. This object thing is kind of weird. I don't remember having this category. I've done this game a long time, for years now. And I remember objects categories. It's weird. Jude Testament story. Oh, this is easy. The flood. Daniel and the lion's den. Exodus out of Egypt, or David and Goliath. Now, I did get this wrong one time. Because Jude is, anyway, it's only one chapter. Anyway, it is, you know, I got this wrong last time. Jude reminds the readers of what the Exodus out of Egypt, or is it? I don't know. I think again. Oh no, I got it right. All right. The Bible, God, as soon as he gets them out of Egypt, he never lets them forget it. He's reminding them all the way on to Jude. Which is the second to last book of the Bible. He's still reminding him, I brought you out of Egypt. I brought you out of slavery. Okay. Well, we got a perfect start so far. Maybe I do like this objects category. All right, for Alex, we'll take objects for 1,000. This should be a pretty hard one. 800,000 are usually. All right. Which one of the following things did not do when he healed the deaf and the mute man? Spit, touched the man's tongue, made a deep sigh, made some mud. Uh-huh. Well, the blind man, he put spittle into the mud, into the dirt, and made mud. So he did spit. Is this the same guy? Because Jesus healed more than one. All right, this is the deaf and mute man. I don't know. I don't remember him doing a deep sigh. I don't know. This is a hard one. Because he healed so many people and he did so many different things to do it. So sometimes he spit in the mud and made dirt, made mud. I don't know. That's it. You know why? That's a pretty good trick question because that's what and you know what? That's what I thought too because that's what blind man. So I did get one wrong. Yeah, he did it for the blind man. Remember, he said he put spittle in his hand, got some sand and put spittle in his hand and made mud, put it on, rubbed it on the guy's eyes, then told him to go wash it off. The guy washed it off and he said, "What do you see?" And he says, it was all blurry. And he said, "I see people. They look like trees," or something like that. It's weird. Anyway, and then he washed more, and then he got to see better more. All right, Exodus and wilderness wandering. Yeah, we'll do that for 200, Alex. My $200 are points. Oh, you know what? I just saw. I live up north, you guys. I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I live way up north near Indian Reservation, and there's a casino nearby, and they always have old bands from the 70s. I guess that's what they do, play casinos anyway. Um, there is a band. There is a. It was so weird because I was just talking about Heart, and like that same day, I see something from my area, and they're advertising the band Heart. Remember, from the 70s? What are the odds? I think about the band Heart, because that's how I used to play my guitar to those songs and stuff. And anyway, it made me think of the band Heart and those Wilson sisters, or the sisters or whatever. Forgot their last name. Anyway, and Cheap Trick. And what are the odds they have them coming to the casino right up the road here? I thought, what are the odds? It's like got to be like 1 in a billion that I would think of them, and then have them show up on an advertisement for the neighborhood. It's weird. It's like my mind thought about it right before it I don't know, hours or maybe a day before it happened. That was weird. Anyway. All right, for 200 points, Alex. I mean, how random of a thing to think of them and then that shows up. It is weird. Who yielded to the demands of the children of Israel to make them a god, a molten calf? This is easy. Don't even get me started. Aaron, Moses, Abihu, or Joshua. This is easy. It was Moses' brother, Aaron, who did it. And then what did he do? When Moses came and said, "What the heck? Who did this?" Aaron said, "Well, we just threw the gold in the fire and it popped out all by itself." And nobody called him out. That was Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Moses' brother. Older brother, by the way. I think Moses was 80 and Aaron was 84 when this whole adventure started. 80 and 85. Because they said it was like 3 score and 4 or something like that. I think they're 80. Anyway. That's old to start a 40-year trek in the wilderness or whatever it was. I think it was 80 when they started. At one point there, anyway. All right. Exodus and wilderness wandering for $400, Alex. Yeah, and then nobody even mentioned that. No, that's not what happened. And then who got punished? The people that were following orders, not Aaron. No, Aaron got a promotion. All right. What was the first of the 10 plagues that fell upon Egypt? I hate when they do the plagues, and I hate what order they went in. We know the plagues, there were flies and all that kind of stuff, but I do know the first one that came was it river turned to blood, darkness for 3 days, frogs covered. That was funny when the frogs came in the houses and went on their beds and stuff. Boils on men and beasts. Yeah, wonderful. Actually, I do know that it is the river is turned to blood. Correct. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Crazy thing to do to have boils on the men and the baby. So why would the animals have to have boils all over them to make a point? You know what I mean? Or torture all those people because of the pharaohs, which God's making them. This makes no sense. God makes him say no, and then all the people get punished. Like what? Yeah, God made him say no to let the people go. Every time he said, "Let my people go," God made him say no, and then punished him. And all the people, all the innocent people. You think those people even knew who Pharaoh was? Nobody knew him personally. It's like nobody knows the president of the United States. We don't know him. Why would we get punished for what he's doing? Can you imagine Joe Biden doing something and all the people in the United States get punished with boils, and your animals have boils and frogs in your houses and everything else because it's something your president does? Nah, stupid. When all these people are men, women, and children are innocent, and the animals, of course. All right. What priest took a javelin and killed a woman with it? Uh, what priest? I don't know. That's a hell of a priest. Phineas, Eli, Samuel, or Hananiah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Phineas. Something's telling me it's one of these guys. I don't know. I'm going to admit it. Oh, I was right. It's Phineas. Yeah, Phineas took a javelin and killed a woman with it. I mean, you know what a javelin is, right? Big giant spear. Wonderful. Hell of a priest. All right, Exodus and wilderness wandering for $800, Alex. Ooh, they're getting hard. Ooh, they're getting hard. This is usually 800 is getting pretty difficult. Who offered strange fire in their censers before God as they were killed as a result of their sin? To me, this is easy. Was it Korah and Abiram, Nadab and Abihu, Ithamar and Eleazar, Aaron and Eli? all right. I will admit, I do know that it is it's Aaron's sons. But I think their name is Nadab and Abihu. Isn't that crazy? Because they took strange fire instead of, you know what? This goes all the way back because just think about this: the Olympian gods, right? I mean, we've actually gone over the Olympian gods on here. And the Olympian god, just think of the Olympics where they had that everlasting fire, right? And they have to do the torch, light one torch to the next. It has to be that fire. You can't just like pull out a Bic lighter and just light the thing. It has to be taken from so it's an eternal fire. And in fact, that's where and it's totally pagan. And as a matter of fact, it comes from back in the Olympians. And in fact, that's where your Yule log, Yule log is worse than that. Basically, it's really dark. But anyway, what they usually do when they burn the Yule log each year for Christmas to worship Nimrod or whatever, they pull off a piece of that birch and save it for next year because they're going to light the fire with that piece of birch. So every year they have a piece of birch from on the outside of the tree, the log, you could peel a piece of birch off, and that's what you're going to light next year's with. So it's an eternal flame, you know what I'm saying? But even back then here, this is what we're dealing with here, this eternal flames. So what happened was, Aaron's sons, Nadab, I think it's these two, Nadab and Abihu, instead of taking the eternal flame, whichever one that was supposed to be going, they took a different flame and lit the fire, and what? God killed them. And who are they? Moses' nephew, they're Aaron's sons. Yeah, Nadab and Abihu. Yeah. And that's why they were killed. I mean, people are killed for the stupidest stuff. Anyway, introducing strange fire. Exodus and wilderness wandering for $1,000, Alex. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one, right? I may have gotten them all right. Did I get one wrong yet? I don't know. I don't remember. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and how many princes of the assembled gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. Oh, the sons of Korah. Oh man, this is hard. Was it 400? Who knows how many people? How many people did it say? Oh gosh, I don't know. The exact number, I don't know. That's a dumb question. Oh, I guessed it right. 250. 250. You know, I did. I just picked the middle of the road. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Well, that was a good round. I think I got them all right. I can't remember. Yeah. Sons of Korah. And now they produce music. Maybe the earth will open up and swallow them. I'm going to do one more category. What would it be? Geography of the Old Testament? I don't know. Joshua Promised Land? I don't know. Promised Land, teachings of Jesus, word meanings. Geography. Geography, Old Testament geography. Huh. I don't know. We'll do parables, I guess. There's so many of them, they overlap, so they're kind of trick questions. In Jesus' parable, the sheep, or shepherd of the sheep follow him because they know the shepherd's voice. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I'm sorry. Do they know his voice, his heart, his hand, or his scent? Probably all the above, but we're going to go with his voice. They know my voice. Ding, 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 ding. Correct. That was the easy one. Well, it's because it's only 200 points, or dollars. I'd take $200. I'd do easy questions all day long for $200 if somebody handed me. Actually, handed me $200, I'd sit here all day to this. All right. Teachings of Jesus for 400. Parables of the Messiah. Let's check that out. Because they overlap, so it's easy to get them wrong. What insect corrupts the treasures of men? This is the easy one. What insect corrupts the treasures of men that men store up on earth according to Jesus? What treasures? Well, moth, locust, worm, or the flea? I would say the moth. Yep. Do not store up your treasures on earth where moths eat it, or thieves break in and steal it, or it rusts. No rusting, no moths, no thieves. Store up your treasures in a safety deposit box. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Oh, there you go. That was the easy one. 5,600. Wow. Rocking on the score. Alright. Alright. Teaching to Jesus parables 4. Oh, why is it turning light blue? That's weird. Why is my mouse sticking? My computer's jacked up. Alright. For $600, Alex. Let's do this. Alright, for $600 or points. The following words pertain to what event? For as a snare shall it come upon all that dwell on the face of the earth. Destruction of Babylon, dispersion of the Jews, the great flood, the return of the Son of Man. I think it's the return of the... I don't know. I think it's the return of the Son of Man. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct because all these other things already happened. Destruction of Babylon already happened. Dispersion of Jews already happened. Great flood already happened. There's only one left. Return of the Son of Man. That's right. Bam. Hasn't happened yet. Yep. Just look at the other answers and it can't be. All right. Here we go. Teachings of Jesus. Parables of the Messiah for $800, Alex. How you doing there, Caleb? I love you. You came and sat by me. They're all surrounding me right now like sharks. For 800 points, Alex, Jesus said, the blood of all prophets, from the blood of blank unto the blood of blank, shall be required of this generation. So from the blood of Cain to the blood of John? Or no, I'm sorry, Abel. That's in Luke. So what was Luke talking about in Luke chapter 11? Luke. You know what? I think that's after they killed John the Baptist. Let's try the blood of Abel and the blood of John. I don't know. Who remembers this sentence? Incorrect. It was Abel and Zacharias. It was Abel and something. Zacharias. Well, actually, because Zacharias. Hold on a second. Go ahead. Yeah, Zacharias was already old news at that time. We're going to keep going. What do we got? One left. All right. Teachings of Jesus parables of Messiah for $1,000. It's a lot of dough. All right. Who did Jesus say took away the key of knowledge and hindered those entering it? Oh, it's the church. It's not the lawyers. It is the Sadducees, Pharisees, and the chief priests. Took away the key of knowledge. I don't know if it's a chief priest. Chief priests. See the Pharisees or the chief. Oh wait, took away the key. This is tricky because the Sadducees are the ones who didn't believe in the afterlife. And when they say lawyers, it didn't mean like today's lawyers. They're talking about those that work with the law. Pharisees, chief priests. Is Pharisees or chief priests? I don't know. I don't know. Lawyers. Okay, yeah, it was the lawyers. They're lawyers, not our common lawyers. All right, Bosco. Cat's meowing at my window right now. I gotta let him in. Hold on a second. Shh, quiet. See, that's what I mean. Every time I go to stand up, that's what happens. No. I gotta get Bosco, so settle down. Settle. Yeah, he's meowing at the window. No. Stop it. Oh my God. No, you're staying. You're staying. Staying. I'm getting Bosco. Let him in. Let him in. You gotta chill out, dude. This is ridiculous. Just because I stand up, he goes insane. He thinks he's going out. All right. Cat was cold. It's snowy. It's got snow and melting ice, so there's water. Yeah, he didn't like that. All right. He's the one that wanted to go out. I told him you're not going to like it. And he went on anyway. I don't know. Do I want to do one more? I don't know. Word meanings, figures of speech. I don't know. That's weird. Geography, maybe. Oh, word meanings. What the heck? I'll do one more round and then we get off of here. All right. The kingdom of heaven is synonymous with what? The present church age, celestial reign, kingdom of God, mansion in heaven. So I think kingdom of heaven is the same as kingdom of God. You tell me. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. That was kind of an easy one. All right. Let's keep going. We're going to bust through this one. Then I'm going to get off of here and have a talk with my dog. I mean, this dog is a German Shepherd. The other two are so chill. This one, he's 100 miles an hour is only speed he has. Unless he's sleeping. It's like you're putting your pedal to the floor, and that's him, full throttle. Like, good grief. I had a German Shepherd. Me and Dave had a German Shepherd. And it wasn't like this. I mean, she kind of was, but not this bad. And I thought, maybe she chilled out in her old age. Maybe maybe he'll chill out in his older age. Let's hope so. All right, what is an ossiferage? What is an ossiferage, you guys, for $400? What's an ossiferage? Is it a reptile, a bird, a mammal, or a fish? I think an ossiferage is oh, my cat's up here. I think it's a bird. Do you think it's a bird? Do you think an ostrich is a bird, or what is it? A cat? What are we looking at? You don't know. Do you think it's a bird? Yes, an ostrich is a bird, and I forgot what kind. It's a regular bird, I don't know. A bird on the Flintstones. That's what it is. Alright, but... Oh man, you smell. You really do stink, dude. What did you do out there? He went outside and he smells like stinky cat now. He smells kind of gross. Yeah, you kind of smell. Is there you got any cat cologne you can spray on? Because you kind of stink. Alright. Word meanings. Figure of speech for $600, Alex. Yeah, dude, you rake. What did you get into? Alright, whose name is rendered Eliseus in the King James translation? Eli's, Jesus's, Eliza's, Jesus's, Elijah's, or Elisha's? Actually, it's this one right here. It's Alicia. 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 Eliseus. Yeah. See? Eliseus. Is actually, in the King James, they change it to Alicia. Elisha. Which actually, if you listen to the rabbis pronounce it, it sounds more like that other one up there, Elisha. Alicia. Alright, good old King James, huh? Alright, we got 2 left. $800. Asher will not save us. He will not ride upon horses, neither will he say any more to the work of our hands, ye are gods. Hosea. Who or what is Asher? Asher, tribes of Asher, Canaanite deity. Asher, Syria god. It's a god. A Canaanite deity? Isn't this the same? Assyrian or Canaanite deity? Canaanite? Is it Canaanite or Assyrian? Or is it Asher Astra? This is kind of a trick question. I don't know. Yeah, I should have went with... I had it first right time. Assyria, the Assyrian god. Yeah, Ashra. What's the difference? Actually, yeah, Sunday they'll all be worshiping Ashra. Or Ishtar. Ishtar. They'll be worshiping Ishtar. And they'll call it Easter. What they're gonna do is take hard-boiled eggs and they're gonna color the eggs, and that represents the fertilization, because rabbits represent the fertility god Ishtar. And so what does the fertility god do? See, they used to color the eggs red and represent blood. The blood fertilizes the eggs, right? And then that just changed to different colors. But that's why you have dying eggs, because you're fertilizing the egg. It's what the children are doing, is fertilizing the egg. So you get more little Astros. Alright, this is it for the night, guys. For $1,000. Word meanings, figures of speech, Old Testament, New Testament, $1,000, Alex. I don't know. It's going to be a hard one. Let's see. Which of the following has been described as God's firstborn? Oh, don't even get me started. None of these. Abraham and Joseph, David and Solomon, Ephraim and Israel. Actually, I do know this because people are going to say, none of these above. Jesus is the firstborn. No, he's not. He has referenced many times, in fact, I think it's Hosea 11:1 or 1:11. I don't know. In Hosea, it says that Israel is my firstborn, who I brought out of the land of Egypt. And it also says that Ephraim is his firstborn. So I'm going to go with Ephraim and Israel, Alex. Bing, 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 bing. I bet you got surprised on that, huh? Yes, it was Ephraim and Israel. That's right. Those were his firstborn. Get that, people? Who's God's firstborn? Ephraim and Israel. You know why I know that? Because I've gone over and over. Not because I went to study at some Bible college or anything else. I got probably 90% of these questions right tonight. Why? Because I went to Bible college? Nope. Because I studied. Studied at home. Studied on my job. Studied with tapes going on my job. Studied with headphones wherever I was. Studied day and night for 8 years. That's why I know. Not because I went to a Bible college. You don't need to go to Bible college, really. I mean, unless you want to work in ministry, you know what I mean? Then you got to go to some, you don't have to be a brand new net. That's right. Galax has got he's got it, man. Hey, Galax, good to see you. Go to a Bible college online. Look up Bart Ehrman and Dr. Tabor. There you go. I know those people. Oh, Bart Ehrman has an online class? That's cool. I like Bart Ehrman. I like Dr. Tabor. Good to see you tonight, Alex. There you go, Salim. I think Salim is gone because it's morning. Salim is in Bangladesh, in a refugee camp in Bangladesh. I think he's still there. But anyway, that is a good point. And he already has people to sponsor him, so that he'd be way ahead of the game. Wouldn't even have to travel into United States and do it from home. Get a lot of look at. That's right. I love Myth Vision. You know what? I'm going to tell you one of the moment where I got into Myth Vision was, and people know that years back, I was studying Paul, the false apostle. Paul, the false apostle. And I was watching every video, taking notes, watching. And I remember I was going to bed one night, and I figured I'm going to watch one more video about Paul. And I was laying in bed watching one clip, and it was Derek from Myth Vision. And he was talking to Robert Price, Dr. Robert Price. And they were, and of course, Dr. Robert Price was sitting in front of his fireplace filled with hundreds of little Superman model toys. And I don't really know who he was, but and they're talking about Paul. I thought that Derek was a Christian. I thought Derek was a Christian. I didn't know who the bearded guy with the toys all over, who he was. But I thought Derek was a Christian at first. But that's where I found Derek, when I was looking for stuff about Paul. And from that, I went on his channel and I got hooked. And then I came on here and I told everybody all about this wonderful channel. And from him, there was a lot of spin-off channels that I've got through him. Not spun off from Derek's channel, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, other channels that I found through Derek's channel was, of course, Gnostic Informant. All of them. Table people. Boy, what a wake-up call. And I'm going to tell you what, it wasn't really popular. It was not, for being a channel, this was a channel for born-again Christians. It started, and the people were not happy with me for bringing this to people's attention. There was a lot of people who, the old people, some of the old people dropped off, and then I ended up with getting replaced them with new, different people came with. Um, of course, actually, we had some people stay. Of course, a lot of people saw it, and their eyes were opened in their own ways. And so some of the people left, some didn't, but we had some new people that came that are open-minded and level-headed and can see things for what they are. And anyway, I just love it. I love, and there's even still people on here who are still born again Christians, and that's fine. And we all get along just fine, because on this channel, everybody's free to believe whatever you want or whatever you don't want. That's totally, we don't judge anybody for that. Everybody, nobody's judged for what they believe. You can believe. You're not going to very common in the Christian community. If you believe anything outside the box, then they get angry. Or if you even investigate anything else. My best advice is blank. So there you go. Well, I love that. I'm going to take that advice and I'm going to put it to good use. Thank you, Galax. I appreciate it. Yep, my best advice is blank. That's right. And this channel is not about making somebody believe what I believe. I'm laying out evidence of things that I learn and I see and I come across, and everybody can do what you want with it. I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If it is, it is. You know what I mean? So, but it's sad when people are very closed-minded and they're not even allowing themselves to think outside the box because of the programming and the brainwashing and the fear, just the fear alone. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate the advice. My advice is the same. My advice is, and I hope, and so there you go. Same with me. That's my advice. My advice is follow your own heart. And yes, the Bible tells you not to. It tells your heart's wicked and all this stuff. No, that's actually your human brain trying to interfere with your heart. Your heart wishes it would shut the hell up because your heart does know a lot of times. Those clowns that you punch and they bounce back? Yeah. It's like debating thumb. I know. What was it, Boza? The punch and the. Actually, those were big when I was a kid, and I don't think kids use those anymore. There was it was like a blow up, Bozo the clown. Time it tipped over, it was like a bag of sand. So anytime you punched it over, it would stand right back up. And a lot of people we all had those back in the day. And I don't think kids have those anymore, but they should. Suppose, that's too violent. No, so then they just hit each other. Like, great solution. Yeah, it is funny when they thump right back. Because, Alex, if they're wrong, then they might burn eternally in hell. So they're gonna stick with what the crowd is saying, because the crowd is they're sheep. Okay, they follow what the one in front of them says and does, and it's too bad. I mean, any religion that does that, if you're doing that, you're brainwashed. Because there's a point where people give up their own critical thoughts, just go with the crowd. Always a bad idea. They call them sheep for a reason. They just follow the one in front of them. Hear my dog. Even he's annoyed. Yeah. He's stretching. Right now he's at 0. And if he stands up, he'll be at 100 miles an hour. That is who he is. So anyway, I will get off of here. Fun time with the Bible trivia, as always. I like exercising my brain and my memory. Doing a few rounds at the Bible trivia gym, exercising our mind. So anyway, good night to you too, Galax. Thanks for coming in tonight, and also thank you to for coming in to Salim Andrew, who has a sponsor, which is nice. But that is a good idea for Andrew. Salim is to do online courses. That's right. You can get, especially now at post COVID, you more than ever you can do stuff online. Anyway, shalom, blessings, arrivederci, good night, and thanks for coming in.